Attracting the right woman isn't about fitting a stereotype or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embodying genuine qualities that foster respect, trust, and deep connection. When you align with your true self, you attract someone who truly values you. This leads to relationships that are not just happy, but incredibly fulfilling and lasting. Hey everyone, today we're tackling a big topic: what women truly want in a man. There's a ton of advice out there, and frankly, a lot of it is just plain wrong. I've seen too many good men follow bad advice, ending up in miserable relationships. And for men, the cost of being with the wrong woman can be incredibly high. Think about it. An unplanned pregnancy can tie you to someone for life. Women still have more autonomy over these choices, but men often don't once a child is involved. So, getting this right is crucial for your future and happiness. I'm going to break down what women actually desire, not what society tells you. Listen carefully, because this insight will change your perspective. So basically, there's only one thing that all women truly want. People will tell you it's about money, height, strength, or being hypergamous, but that's simply not the whole truth. Women define hypergamy by one metric and one metric only. It's whether a man is more intelligent than them, and they don't define intelligence by degrees or a CEO title. It's about whether we, as women, can trick you. That's it. You can be shorter, poorer, or less successful in other ways, but if we can't trick you, we will still give you respect. However, if you're rich, tall, and highly educated, but we can manipulate you, if we can derive resources or anything from you, we cannot see you as a man to respect. The reality of hypergamy for a woman is only by this one metric, our ability to manipulate a man. We only respect men we can't manipulate. It doesn't matter about his bank account or his height. The problem is, men are far more naive than women. If you tell most women, I saw your boyfriend talking to another girl, within minutes, she's investigating. And within 5 minutes, she's likely screaming down the phone at him. Tell that to a man, your girlfriend might be up to something, and he'll say, no, my girlfriend would never do that. They make a million excuses. Men have been conditioned to think women don't lie, that they're softer or don't manipulate. This is not true. When a woman meets a naive man who makes excuses for her, she automatically loses respect and desire. She can't desire him because she feels stronger than him, and we can't feel safe with a man we feel stronger or more powerful than. The man who is unmanipulable, who is ahead of the curve, who is suspicious in a healthy way, we trust his judgment. If he doesn't fall for every lie and double checks everything, we know we can trust his judgment. When he says, this restaurant is good, it will be good. When he says, this hotel is great, we know it will be great. When he says, don't do business with that person, we trust him. But the guy we can manipulate, we don't trust any word that comes out of his mouth. So, it's vital not to be naive with women. You will suffer if you do. Now, let's talk about another attractive quality: seeking respect over approval. We want a man who is looking to be respected by others, rather than just liked. How do you know he's this kind of man? He's not a yes man. He's not a go with the flow kind of guy. He will stand up for what he believes in. He won't be unnecessarily argumentative, but if he thinks something, if he believes something, he stands firm. He's not easily swayed by his friends or even his wife. He has his own set of values that he stands up for. That man we respect. But the guy who just wants to be liked by everybody, who just wants to be popular, who just wants to not rock the boat, who just wants to be nice, we realize that approval means more to him than self-respect. Therefore, we lose interest in that guy. So, prefer respect over approval. Next, let's differentiate between fake confidence and authentic confidence. Men with fake confidence derive it from external factors. Their identity is based on how much money they have, their job, or how many women they've been with. Something other than themselves makes them feel confident. They'll brag a lot and lead with these external indicators of success. Whereas people with authentic confidence don't require external validation. They don't need to tell you how much they earn or how well they do. How can you tell the difference? A really big indicator is the type of woman he chooses. If he chooses women who disrespect him, manipulate him, or take money from him, but she looks amazing, we know he's built on false confidence. He relies on external things that make him look good in a room rather than feeling good when he's home alone. That's a great indicator of low confidence. Whereas that man who will say no to women who disrespect him in private, even if she makes him look good in public, that suggests he has true confidence. We're always looking for a man with authentic confidence over false confidence. Now, let's talk about a big one: vulnerability. There's a lot of online talk about men never being vulnerable or showing emotions, that it makes them weak. No, that's called being emotional. Women don't want emotional men, but they do want vulnerable men. Here's the difference. Emotional men have an overreaction to events. They can't regulate their responses to triggers in their environment. For example, if something was broken or someone annoyed them, their response is disproportionate. This makes them look emotionally dysregulated, which is super unattractive. Frasers. It shows a woman you can't stay calm in conditions of chaos. and we need that to see you as a leader. So, no emotional or erratic men, but we do want vulnerable. Vulnerable means exposing parts of your thoughts and feelings that create connection. Exposing thoughts and feelings that could potentially put a woman off, but you do it because you want to be honest. Vulnerability might be letting her know you have a commitment issue due to past experiences, or explaining certain flaws like being bad with money or trying to fix a habit. You let them know potential flaws that could put her off, but you're not trying to win her over. You're there to see if you two are emotionally compatible. The reason this is so attractive is that he is going more down the route of you take it or leave it. This is who I am. You can either join me on this journey or you cannot. If he hides his emotions, seems cold or hard to approach, it's only a matter of time before the woman leaves or cheats. Women need emotional connection, whether you like it or not. They need that emotional vulnerability because we like to be with men that make us feel seen. Someone unwilling to express themselves or be vulnerable is not showing himself. And also not going to elicit that vulnerability back out of you. You almost feel like you're with somebody cold or hard to read, and as a result, she'll look for someone who makes her feel more seen. So vulnerability is really important. How you practice vulnerability is by getting more self-awareness, learning about yourself, knowing who you are, what your values are, your weaknesses, your flaws, and being totally okay with expressing that to somebody else. Not hiding that from people, but not being afraid of their judgment of it. This whole talk online like, never show a woman you're vulnerable, she will judge you. Why are you afraid of a woman judging you? You're a grown man. You should be like, judge me if you want to judge me. The door's open if you want to go, but this is what I think and feel. Emotional creates chaos. Vulnerable creates connection. Another factor determining attractiveness is how a man deals with rejection. What makes a man super attractive is his ability to embrace rejection. Of course, nobody likes to be rejected. It's a horrible feeling, embarrassing and deflating. And it's easy for a woman to say, just accept rejection because we don't get rejected as much. But here's how to handle it. Firstly, you don't take it personally. Secondly, you accept her opinion. What weak men will do is when a woman rejects him, he'll fight harder. He wants her more. We don't really want a guy that persistent. When we mean persistence, it's when we're showing interest and want you to return it. That's what playing hard to get or wanting attention means. But when we're outright rejecting you and you're still showing interest, it makes us feel like you don't have alternatives. By alternatives, we don't mean other women lined up. You should have a life that you enjoy with or without us. If you're not accepting our rejection, it makes us feel like you're not living a fulfilling life. And we are not attracted to men who are not living a fulfilling life. Hanging on makes it really, really unattractive. Another thing men do when faced with rejection is get abusive. They start insulting and putting you down. That also shows you're a sore loser. It shows you're not emotionally mature. If you liked her enough to pursue her, but then only find flaws after rejection, it shows low self-esteem. And we don't like that either. The gracious way to handle rejection is saying, okay, no worries, I wish you all the best. You're a great girl, and whoever ends up with you is the lucky man. And you keep it moving. You leave with a compliment and you keep it moving. The compliment will leave her thinking you're a great guy, keeping the door open to some extent. Then moving on will show her that you've got alternatives and she'll respect you more. But the insults or the clinging on, don't do it. It just cements your failure for this woman. Another factor is the choices you make in life. One thing women monitor without you realizing is what you choose to do. If you choose to watch a lot of pornography, play video games excessively, pay for intimacy, or sleep around a lot, we're looking at your choices and deciding whether you are valuable or chaotic. Whereas if you naturally make good choices, we don't have to scold you or mold you. You naturally live a life that is effective. What a lot of men will do is live an incredibly chaotic life. They'll be sleeping around, going to parties every weekend, taking drugs, and say, when I settle down, I'm gonna stop all this. But what kind of woman is going to select you then? It's going to be a woman with low standards and a woman who's also a bit chaotic. But when you start making those life choices because you respect yourself, not because of a woman, then you're more likely to attract a good woman. And you're more likely to appeal to more women overall. So make choices that you are proud of, with or without women. Finally, let's talk about communication style. Women don't care so much about who you are, but how you make them feel. You can plan an amazing date, gorgeous restaurant, pick her up, nice outfit. But if you catch her staring at another woman, or you're on your phone the whole time, if you make her feel ignored or rejected, she immediately loses all interest. Whereas another guy might do a very low-key date, but he shows interest in her. He makes her feel important, valuable, seen. She will attach to him. How do you make a woman feel seen? Your communication has to be consistent and inquisitive. You check in regularly. If she doesn't respond, take her lack of responsiveness as disinterest and handle the rejection the way I discussed. But if she does respond, you ask questions about her. She should also be asking questions about you. It should be a two-way street, but you should be asking questions to get to know her. The characteristics of charisma are how you make others feel. When you ask people questions, they feel significant. When you're with a woman and trying to create connection, always ask deeper questions. Ask her about what she wants in life, what she respects, what her values are. With the wrong woman, she will find these questions very difficult to answer. She won't want deep connection and will find that difficult. But with the right woman, she will open up, and you two will create chemistry that can't be broken. So, consistent communication, filled with emotional intimacy, will make you far more attractive. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you gained some valuable insights into what women truly want. Remember, it's about being your authentic self and building genuine connections. These qualities will not only attract the right person, but also enrich your own life. Tune in next week for more topics, everything to do with relationships. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel Hello World for more honest and insightful content. Your support means the world to me.